Students, welcome to class 4 EVS. Children, we were doing chapter 8 Our Clothes. We have already completed the chapter. We have done some of the book exercises also. Today we are going to revise those book exercises and then we'll be doing question answers. So children, let us do question. First question is take the correct answer. We wear dark clothes in the dash season. Children, we wear dark clothes in the dash season. Option A, rainy season. Option B, autumn. Option C, winter. Option D, summer. So, children, when do we wear dark colored clothes? We wear dark colored clothes in winter season. So you will tick in option C, that is winter season. Now, which of the following is not a synthetic fiber? Children, which of the following is not a synthetic fiber? As we have studied about synthetic fibers in the chapter, synthetic fibers are the fibers which are made in labs or in factories using chemicals. So children, silk, lycra, nylon, rayon. Which one is not the synthetic fiber? As we know, silk we get from animal. Animal is a natural source. So we will tick silk is not a synthetic fiber. So we will tick on option A, silk. Now, next one is third one. Twisting the fiber to make thread or yarn is called. Twisting the fiber to make thread or yarn is called weaving, dyeing, spinning, printing. Children, as we have studied in the chapter, twisting of fiber makes yarn or thread. Yarn is nothing but it is when a fiber takes a continuous long process of smooth fine thread, it is called yarn. So children, yarn is made from fiber. Fiber is when twisted and converted into a long continuous thread like structure, it is called yarn, and this is done through the process of spinning. So you will tick in option C, spinning. Children, as we have studied in the chapter, fiber or the raw material which we directly either get from the synthetic source or from the artificial source or from the natural source, it is then spun into thin smooth fibers. This type of fiber is called yarn, and the whole process of making fiber into yarn is called spinning. So it can also be done on spinning wheels. Children, so it is called spinning. So you will tick in option C, spinning. Once washed white clothes should be soaked in dash. So children, once you have washed the clothes, white clothes, after washing the white clothes, to retain their whiteness and as well as to give shine to the cloth, you need to dip the white cloth or soak the white cloth in indigo powder. So you will take here in the indigo powder. The special treatment given to fabric can make it waterproof, wrinkle free, fluffy. So children, after we get fabric is sent to be furnished. So it is sent for giving the final finishing. This finishing is called furnishing, and this furnishing, after getting furnished, clothes become waterproof, wrinkle free, fluffy. So you will take in option D, that is all of these. Now children, second one is we had done fill in the blanks also. So we will revise fill in the blanks also. Here we have fill in the blanks. we use dash to protect woolen clothes. Children, what do we use to protect woolen clothes? We use naphthalene balls to protect woolen clothes. So here you will write naphthalene balls. NAPHTHALENE, naphthalene balls. So we use naphthalene balls to protect woolen clothes. Now second one, children. Dash is obtained from sheep. Children, what do we get from sheep? We get wool from sheep. Children, there are hairs or fur on the body of sheep. These fur or the hair are removed and they are spun into, these fibers are spun into yarn, and the yarn is used to make fabric. So children, we get wool from the sheep. We get wool from the sheep. Sheep is a natural source of fiber. Now, during the process of dash, cloth is given different colors. Children, as I have told you, there are certain steps involved in making a fiber into fabric and then into clothes. So children, after getting fabric, the cloth is sent for furnishing. The process of furnishing is done in the cloth. Before that, there is a process called, after furnishing, there is a during the process of furnishing, there is a process called dyeing. So during the process of dyeing, the cloth is being colored. So children, furnishing is the process where clothes are given some more processes. The cloths are undergo some more processes in which the quality, color and design of the clothes are taken care of. So here there is a process called dyeing, in which the when we get a fabric, that fabric is of single color, that is white, and that white colored fabric is printed colored into different shades or the color. This process of coloring the cloth or the fabric is called dyeing. dy. So you will write here DYEING, dyeing. The process of coloring the cloth or the fabric is called dyeing. So children, first one is, we use naphthalene balls to protect woolen clothes. Wool is obtained from sheep. During the process of dyeing, the cloth is given different colors. So we'll come to the next page. Here we have artificial fibers. Artificial fibers are dash than natural fibers. So children, artificial fibers are durable than the natural fiber. As I told you in my previous session, artificial fibers are more popular than the natural fiber. Why they are more popular? Because these are cheaper or these are less expensive than the synthetic fiber. As they are less expensive, people prefer to buy these more, as well as these fibers are easy to wash, and also these fibers get dried easily. So after washing also they get dried easily. That is why these fibers are more popular. So here we will write artificial fibers are durable than natural fibers. Durable means something which lasts longer. Durable. You will write here durable. So artificial fibers are durable than natural fibers. As we know, artificial fibers last, that is why they are said that artificial fibers are durable than natural fiber. Dash is made from crude oil. Children, what is made from crude oil? As we have studied in the chapter, synthetic fibers are made from crude oil. So here you will write synthetic fiber. So synthetic fibers are made from crude oil. Synthetic fibers are the fibers which are prepared in labs or factories through artificial way by man. So these are called synthetic fiber and these are made by crude oil. So children, once again we'll read all the fill in the blanks. First one is, we use naphthalene balls to protect woolen clothes. Wool is obtained from sheep. During the process of dyeing, cloth is given different colors. Fourth one is, artificial fiber are dash than natural fiber. Artificial fibers are durable than natural fiber. Fifth one, dash is made from crude oil. As we know, synthetic fibers are made from crude oil. Now, next one, that is match the column. Children, here we are going to do match the column. Sheep. In column A, we have sheep, cotton plant, silkworm, charkha, looms. In column B, we have spinning, weaving, cotton fiber, wool and cocoon. Sheep. Sheep we get wool from the sheep. So you will match wool with sheep. Now cotton plant. We get cotton fiber from the cotton plant. Silkworm. We get, as I have told you, in this life cycle of silkworm, that the larvae of silkworm secretes a wet thread-like structure from its mouth and it wraps that thread-like structure around itself. By wrapping the thread around itself, it creates a kind of shell-type structure around itself, and it uses this shell-like structure as a house, and it lives in this house, and this particular structure is called cocoon. This is the cocoon which gives us silk. So silkworm is a type of insect which secretes wet thread-like structure from its mouth, and it wraps that thread around its body and forms a structure called cocoon. From this cocoon we get silk. So children, we get cocoon is the part of it, is a stage in life cycle of silkworm. Now charkha. Charkha is also called spinning wheel. It is used to convert or to spin fiber into yarn. So children, here we take fiber and this fiber is spun into yarn through the charkha. So, and the whole process is called spinning. So you will match charkha with spinning. Now looms. Looms are related to weaving, as we told. Looms are the one in which clothes are weaved. So you will match with loom with weaving. Now sheep, wool, cotton plant, cotton fiber, silkworm, cocoon, charkha, spinning, loom, weaving. Now children, we'll start today's topic. Today we are going to start from question number D. This is question number D. We are going to start from question number D. Write true or false. Children, we wear the same clothes in different season. Children, do we wear same type of cloth in different season? No, we don't wear same type of cloth in different season. So you will write here false. What will you write here? False. Now, light colored clothes do not absorb much heat. As we know children, as we have studied in the chapter, as light colors do not absorb heat, it reflects all the heat which falls on it. That is why it is able to keep our body cool. So light colored clothes do not absorb much heat. This is true. You will write here true. Third one, in desert people wear raincoats and gumboots. Children, we don't have much rainfall in desert. So in desert there is no relation of wearing raincoat and gumboots in desert. So you will write here false. Now rose petals are used to protect silk clothes from insect. Children, rose petals are used to protect silk clothes from insects. Is it true? No. Which petals are used? What leaves are used? Petals are not used, but leaves are used. Neem leaves are used to, instead of these, neem leaves are used to protect silk clothes from insects, not the rose petals. So it is also false. Polyester clothes are made from synthetic fiber. Polyester clothes are made from synthetic fiber. It is true. As we have studied in the chapter, polyester clothes are made from synthetic fiber. Children, we'll revise once again. We wear the same clothes in different seasons. This is false. It is false because we wear different types of clothes in different season. We don't wear same type of clothes in different season. So children, we don't wear different types of clothes in different season. We wear different types of clothes in different season. We wear the same clothes in different season is false, as we wear different types of clothes in different season. Now light colored clothes do not absorb much heat. As we have studied in the chapter, light colored clothes do not absorb much heat. It reflects back all the heats which falls on it, so it is able to keep our body cool and comfortable. That is why this statement is true. In desert people wear raincoats and gumboots. Children, wherever it rains, we have to wear raincoat and gumboots, but the word in desert has no relation with raincoat and gumboot, so this statement is false. Rose petals are used to protect silk clothes from insects. Children, as we have studied, neem leaves are used to protect silk clothes from insects, not the rose petal. So here it should be neem leaves. So this statement is also false. Polyester clothes are made from synthetic fiber. As we have studied in the chapter, polyester is a kind of synthetic fiber. Polyester cloths are synthetic. Polyester are the synthetic fiber which are prepared in labs and factories. So polyester clothes are made from synthetic fiber is true. So you will write true in the last sentence. Now next question, children. Write short answers to the following. Write short answers to the following questions. As we know, children, in question number E, we will be writing short answers. What kind of clothes are worn in summer season? Children, as we have studied in the chapter, in summer season we should wear cotton clothes. So you will write in the answer, we should wear loose fitting, light colored cotton clothes in summer season. So children, what will you write? You will write, we should wear loose fitting, light colored cotton clothes in summer season. Or you can write, loose fitting cotton clothes should be worn in the summer season. Now next answer is what are synthetic clothes? As we have studied in the chapter, the fiber which is prepared artificially by man in labs or factories are called synthetic fiber. Children, as these fibers are not obtained from nature, they are neither obtained from plants or animals. As they are not natural, they are neither obtained from plant nor animal. These are prepared artificially in the factory or lab by man. That is why they are known as artificial fiber or man-made fiber. So synthetic fibers are the fibers that are prepared in lab or factory using crude oil is called synthetic fiber. So the fiber, you will write the fiber which is prepared in lab using crude oil, or in factory using crude oil by man is called synthetic fiber. For example, polyester, rayon, nylon, acrylic, etc. So children, synthetic fibers are the fiber which are not obtained naturally. They are prepared in labs or factories through artificial way using crude oil by man is called synthetic fiber or man-made fiber. For example, polyester, nylon, rayon, acrylic. So these are the synthetic fiber. Now, third answer, children. How should we store woolen clothes? Children, we have studied in the chapter woolen clothes should be stored in dark, cool, dry place, and naphthalene balls should be kept between the clothes so that insects like mites and other insects do not harm them. So children, you will write in the answer, we should store woolen clothes in dry, cool and dark place, and also naphthalene balls should be kept inside the cloth. So woolen clothes should be stored in dark, cool, dry place, and naphthalene balls should be kept inside the cloth. So in this way we can store woolen clothes safely. How should we store woolen clothes? By keeping naphthalene ball inside the cloth, as well as by keeping it in dark, cool and dry place. Now children, question number F. Question number F. Give detailed answers to the following question. How are clothes made? Children, as we have studied in the chapter, clothes are made by following method. Children, firstly, the fiber which we get from plants, animals or some synthetic source, or we can say the raw material like silk, wool, cotton or synthetic fiber. These are twisted and turned into thin, smooth fiber called yarn. These yarns are spun in the spinning wheel or in the sophisticated machineries. This whole process is called spinning. So children, the raw fibers, cotton, silk, wool, synthetic fibers are twisted to make thread or yarn. This whole process of making fiber into yarn is called spinning. So children, this spinning process can be done either through in olden days we used to do by spinning, but it takes lot of time. That is why nowadays we have sophisticated machines in textile factories which help us to do this. So children, the raw fibers, cotton, silk, wool or synthetic fibers are twisted to make thread or yarn. This whole process is called spinning, and spinning is done by sophisticated machines in textile factories. And it can also be done through spinning wheels, but it's a traditional way of making yarn into fiber into yarn, which is very slow. That is why nowadays it is done through sophisticated machines in the textile factories. Now children, this is spinning. After the process of spinning, we get yarn. That yarn is weaved in the big machines called looms. Children, these big machines called looms weave the cross by arranging the yarn in criss-cross manner, the long threads to weave them into a fabric or cloth. These looms crisscross the long threads to weave them into fabric or cloth. Children, many weavers weave the thread on hand looms by hand. Children, there are two types of loom. One is hand loom and the other is power loom. So children, hand loom is the one which is operated by human beings or which is operated manually, and power loom is another type of mechanized looms which are operated through power, or it can be mechanized also. So children, these types of looms are used to weave the clothes. This is the second step, and after weaving we get final product, that is fabric. This fabric is nothing but a piece of cloth. This cloth is used to make clothes. This piece of cloth is used to make clothes. So this is the whole process of making fiber into fabric. So children, firstly the fiber is spun into yarn, and the yarn is weaved into the fabric. So fabric spun into yarn is spinning, and yarn weaved into fabric is weaving. So these two processes together helps in making the cloth. These two, spinning and weaving process, helps in converting the fiber into fabric. This is the whole process of making a cloth. So children, we have just now discussed how are clothes made. The two process, spinning and weaving, helps us convert the fiber into fabric. So firstly, the fiber, that is cotton, silk, wool or synthetic fibers, are twisted to make thread or yarn. This is what is fiber, children? Fiber is the raw material, or it is the small thread-like structure. When this thread-like structure fiber is continuously repeated and it takes the shape of yarn, means when it becomes very long and continuous process, it takes the form of yarn, and this is done by the way of spinning, through the process of spinning. Then after spinning, the same yarn is weaved into fabric, and this process of converting yarn into fabric is called weaving. These two processes are involved in making the cloth. So this is how we can make the cloth. Now children, make a web titled from fiber. Children, as we have studied in the chapter, the process of making fiber into fabric, the same process which we have studied above. It will be written in the form of arrow, such as firstly we will write fiber, fiber. Now spinning, after spinning we get yarn, yarn. Okay, now this yarn is weaved, weaving, weaving of yarn. After weaving we get fabric. This is the web titled from fiber to fabric. So children, this whole cycle we have to draw for writing the answer, that is fiber, the spinning of fiber, yarn, weaving of yarn and fabric. After that the fabric is sent for dyeing. After dyeing the fabric undergoes certain more processes, that is printing, then finishing, then tailoring. This is the whole process of getting fiber into fabric. So children, our third answer is, what is loom? Children, as we have discussed, loom is the machine which does the work of weaving the cloth. Here in the loom, it is a mechanical process, or it is a tool. A loom is a mechanical, a loom is a mechanism or a tool used for weaving yarn and thread into textiles. Children, looms are the basis of many cotton textile factories. Children, looms are of two types. One is hand loom, which are operated by man. It is done manually. In India, Banarsi saris or many saris in different parts of India are weaved in hand looms, and the other type of loom is power loom. This power loom is either run by power or they are mechanized power looms, and these are the basis of textile industry. As we know, all the textile industries depend on these looms. Now children, these looms are very important because these are the main basis of cotton textile industries. Children, and also these looms bring economy to the country. So these looms are very important for us. Children, these were the questions, and with this we have completed the book exercise. Thank you children.